go over how to make the reference comparison screenshot that you need to make if you're doing a FSO turn-in for your checkoff. So what that is pretty much your reference composite next to a wireframe on shade screenshot of your model next to a shaded screenshot of your model. And to do that, first thing that we're going to do is just open up Photoshop. And for this example, I'm going to do a telescope. And just go ahead and load up your reference image for that. And what we need to do is just expand the canvas so we have room for two other screenshots, the wireframe on shaded and the shaded. So to do that, we're going to go to Image, Canvas Size, and then right here in this drop down menu we're going to change it to pixels. That way it's a little bit easier to work with. And since I'm going to put two screenshots that are relatively around the same ratio, to give us room, I'll just take my width and times that by 3. And obviously it's going to be different for your image depending on what you have, so don't automatically just kind of type in 1500. I did that because 500 times 3. Alright, and then I change my anchor point to the left side. That way it expands from the left to the right. And then we hit OK, and now we have room for our screenshots. So now we're just on going to Maya. I'm going to hit Control Spacebar with my cursor over the viewport. That way it gets rid of my UI. And what I'm going to do is position my model for screenshots. Now a couple things to keep in mind. One, you want to make sure that you try to match the angle of your reference as much as possible. It doesn't help us to have a wonky screenshot of your model when it doesn't compare properly to your reference. So make sure that you try to match it as much as possible. Now if we look right here, you can see that the bottom of our telescope is cut off. We do want to see all of your model, so that's the only deviation you're going to make from your reference. And also make sure that you're zoomed in as much as possible. It doesn't help us to have a screenshot of your model all the way back there, especially in wireframe on shade mode. As you can see, everything starts blending together. So what we're going to do is now just go right here, zoom in as much as possible, match the angle as closely as possible, and then I'm going to hit Command-Shift-4 so I can marquee select an area and save it. Also, likewise, if you notice right here, I turned off my grid. Do that before your screenshots. And now I'm going to turn off wireframe on shaded and hit Command-Shift-4 again to marquee select and bring that up. Alright, now we did that. Let's go back in Photoshop, go to File, Place, and then we're going to go to my desktop where they're saved, and I'm just going to grab one of my wireframe one shaded, and I'm just going to place it. And again, we don't need that blue background, stuff like that, so let's get rid of as much dead area as possible. Next is I'll go right here, hit place again, do my shaded. Alright, place that, hit enter again, that way it places it. And then from here I'm just going to go to my cropping tool, actually go to my marquee select tool, sorry, and then I'm just going to marquee select my objects like that, that way I can crop it down. And then from here I'm going to save it as either a PNG or a JPEG. For this example, I'm just going to save it as a PNG. And then I'm going to name it last name underscore first name underscore prop, whatever number is, then MCR, and then whatever your class number is. Alright, and then from there, you're done with your reference comparison screenshot. So remember, again, this is something that you have to do if you're going to submit a prop for checkoff over FSO. Alright, hope this helps. Take care.